Good morning, everybody. Happy Inauguration Day for everybody in the U.S. Welcome to all of the panelists here today. How you guys doing today? Can you hear me?
Doing good.
Okay, I was getting worried there for a second. I was getting worried.
That's how I'm doing today. That's how I'm doing today.
Well, you did have a little bit of technical difficulty on your stream there this morning, just a little bit.
I did. I got rug pulled I had to verify my account on YouTube. It was so weird. Like it said verify your account, and then like it would not connect until I verified it. So
wow.
Never
What did
had
you
that
say?
happen.
What did you say?
I was asked, should the president be launching a coin on crypto? Is that even legal? I was answering that question when it happened.
Okay, then. Obviously, Google did not like your answer.
Evidently, they did not.
No, exactly.
But you have a poll.
Listen. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes, the poll is everywhere. It's on X. It's here as you come into the stream. I've got it on the community chat. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. So go ahead, hit that up. We'll pull the results at the end. Everybody that is on the panel today, links to their information is in the description. So make sure you go ahead and follow them, show them some love. And in the meantime, maybe because again, some people might be not familiar with some of you. Why don't we do a quick TLDR, and I'm going to go check and see where we are with the inauguration. Piper, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm a nobody. My name is Rick. No. I'm RB Piper. I have the Piper Academy Network, which is actually a co-op of content creators. Trade Intuition, BC PortCorp, both do shows on there. Trade Intuition does Trade Academy. BC PortCorp has the Good Morning Crypto Show, and then we got 5 live shows over there on our channel on Piper Academy Daily with different perspectives. No echo chamber, just knowledge, because knowledge is profit. And yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. I'll tell you what, let's kind of rotate it around. Joe, go ahead. We'll save Crypto Princess for the end because best for last. So Joe, go ahead.
All right. So of course you know me as Joe, or Tradester Joe, or TI Joe. My official channel name is Trade Intuition. So what I do on my channel, of course, I show you the very basics of trading. Now, of course, do I know more? Yes, but I show the basics because without a strong foundation, anything you build on top of it, just going to crumble. So I do this every day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today it's at 1, though, after this show. And then
Yeah,
for Saturday and Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday, I'm on Piper Academy. And the best thing I love about Piper Academy Network is that, just like how Piper said, it's not an echo chamber. You get different views from all different types of traders. And in my opinion, that's like the best thing that anybody can do. So that's me.
All right, BC, take it over.
I'm BC PortCorp. As Piper said, I host the Good Morning Crypto Show. It is pre-market show. So kind of as soon as those pre-markets get going, that's when I'm going live. I like to get that good start on the day, have things nice and calm, and just kind of gauge what the day might be bringing with some of the data. I am a little less TA heavy. I do focus more on the macro, kind of a bit like Piper does. So I like to focus on what's actually going on that might have the economy heading in a certain direction for that day or for a longer period of time. So,
hey, that's important. You've got to understand that, right?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me on today.
Oh, my pleasure. Appreciate you being here. All right, Crypto Princess, round us off. Take us home. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And thank you for Army Piper, who introduced us. I'm British, by the way. So I can kind of give a different sort of like a view of what's going on. But yeah, no, I've got a small channel. I've only been going 6 months. I love everything crypto. I exceptionally like the technology behind crypto. So on my channel, we make educational shorts where I actually teach people about crypto, the technology about crypto, behind crypto. I have a series called Crypto Stories, which Army Piper has kindly been on. He shared his story with us. Everybody loves a story. I love a story. And I have YouTubers and crypto professionals come onto the show. They talk about their stories, their past experiences, and there's a lot to learn from there. And I've recently started another series called Crypto Insider. And I'm actually doing a Trump special with Army Piper, Crypto Seth, and Paul from the Crypto Factor. But on the Crypto Insider, I speak to crypto YouTubers and professionals about their take of the current market. And yeah, it's going good. I have a free Telegram channel, which everybody's welcome to join. But yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, appreciate all of you being here. I truly do. And again, links to all of their information in the description. So if you're not following one of these guys, go ahead. They're starting to come out now. It looks like the vice president just came out. So I'm keeping a quick eye, and we can jump over there in a minute. I want to just give some shout outs to everybody in the chat. C90, welcome. Username is here. Appreciate you. Alexandra G, always everywhere. This lady doesn't sleep. I'm telling you what. Let's see who else we got here. A lot of Chris Hanley in the house. Chris, appreciate you. Trying to catch everybody. God, this thing is going crazy. Baba Yaz, welcome. Appreciate you. Going crypto princess. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I give Random Trader welcome. Want to just make sure I give everybody a shout. So thank you. We got, it looks like Trump is about to come out. So do you guys want to go live on that, or we want to wait until he gets that hand on the Bible?
I definitely want to hear what he has to say. So yeah, let's get that in here, and we can, as moments of lulls in his speech, we can pop in and talk about what we want to talk about.
All right, sounds good. And feel free, interject where you need to. I'll turn this up in a second here. There we go.
She looks so beautiful, doesn't she? I really like her. The British people love her, by the way.
Awesome. That's good to know.
Well, at least half of the Trump team they like.
Yeah, at least half of them.
We have a love-hate relationship with the Trump lot. Seriously, we love them. We absolutely love them, but we hate to love them as well. Yeah, but she's very beautiful. His wife is very, very beautiful, and I think he's done an amazing job with his son. I can't believe how tall he is. Does anybody know how tall he is?
Paul. I know, crazy.
He's like 6'4", 6'5", but I mean Trump's around the same height. So
yeah, he's big. He's a big man. He fills the room for sure.
How old is he now, Biden? What's his name? Barron. It's like 16 or something, isn't he? He's still a child.
Yeah, he's still young. I think 17.
Is he that young?
Yeah, 17, 18, somewhere around there.
Ladies and gentlemen, escorting the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States, ranking member of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Deb Fischer, House Democratic Leader, the Honorable Hakeem Jeffries, and Senate Majority Secretary, the Honorable Robert Duncan.
The official party march. I've done so many ceremonies in the military where they play
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, the President of the United States, the Honorable Joseph R. Biden Jr., and Vice President of the United States, the Honorable Kamala Devi Harris.
We are about to be unburdened by what has been. I love it.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, crap. And welcome, Crypto Jar. Appreciate you being here, man.
Hey, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, escorting the Vice President-elect, the Executive Director for the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, Mr. Michael Wagner, Senate Deputy Sergeant-at-Arms and Doorkeeper, Jason Bell, and House Deputy Sergeant-at-Arms, Mr. Sean Keating. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President-elect of the United States, the Honorable J.D. Vance.
I know he's very, very pro crypto, and I was reading just the other day that he's got, I think it was like £500,000 in $1,000 in Bitcoin. So he's very pro crypto.
As soon as he started walking out, you saw that 1 minute candle is going up.
Yeah, Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin up on my chart right now, so you can on the 5 minute you can watch it move right now.
Yeah,
Gosh,
as soon as
just him walking out has created that.
as soon as Melania started walking out, that's when you got that initial move to the upside, and then it's just continued every single time. When they showed Biden for a brief second, that's where there's like a 1 minute red candle that retested the trend line that I have drawn out, and then it just continued to go up.
I think that's Trump's son behind him, isn't it? Who's that, Eric? Standing behind
I believe
him.
so, yeah. Oh, is that Don Jr.? That might be Don Jr.
Yeah, Don Jr.
Old Donnie Jr.
Yeah, he's very pro crypto as well. I think he helped launch a
Ladies and
venture.
gentlemen, escorting the President-elect, the Staff Director for the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, Elizabeth Farah, House Sergeant-at-Arms, the Honorable William P. McFarland, Senate Sergeant-at-Arms and Doorkeeper, the Honorable Jennifer A. Hemingway, Senate Majority Leader, the Honorable John Thune, and the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, House Democratic Leader, the Honorable Hakeem Jeffries, House Majority Leader, the Honorable Steve Scalise, Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Mike Johnson, Senate Democratic Leader, the Honorable Charles E. Schumer, Ranking Member of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Deb Fischer, and Chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar. Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, the Honorable Donald John Trump.
Is it just me, or have we just printed a red candle?
Yep. Just started on it. So it started when they were introducing the staff. And you started seeing a little rejection off of a moving average.
Yeah, we're also hitting the value area low of the fixed range volume profile there too. So rejected off of that and the 1.382 fib at 106.
Yeah, because I've actually got it open on the 1 minute time frame. What's the best time frame to have it open in? I just want to see the candles. What time frames have you got it?
1 minute. 1 minute to be fine then, because you'll definitely catch the reaction to anything that he says. So
Right.
got a reversal that printed on the 1 minute on Chart Prime. I'm also watching Trump coin too to see what it does. It looks like it's
Yeah, I was
flagging
gonna
out right
say.
now.
It's following
Okay.
Bitcoin pretty heavily.
Yep. Go check my trade out here on it.
Did the volume go off for the speakers?
They might not have.
Oh, okay.
Please welcome the chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 60th presidential inauguration. Today, President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance will take their oaths of office, and we will witness the peaceful transfer of power.
On the 1 minute, we
at
got
the
a nice
heart of our
bounce on the
democracy.
dynamic reactor.
Oh,
Very
wow,
nice
it
bounce.
is, yeah.
Perfect bounce on our dynamic reactor.
For the past year, I've chaired the inaugural ceremony.
Do you guys
committee,
want to look through the
which
charts
includes
real
the
quick while she's
leadership
talking?
of
Because I mean,
Congress
obviously,
from both
Yeah, we
kids-
can do that. Let's go do that. I'll go over Trump.
Yeah, I'll
and
bring you
Bitcoin
up
real
full
fast
screen
on
because
the
you
1
got
minute.
this up already. So go ahead.
Yeah, we got a perfect bounce here on the pullback. We got a reversal. It pulled back, found support on the 1 minute dynamic reactor from Chart Prime here. Right now, we're fighting. You can see the retest there of the 1.382. This is based on trim based fibs that I've been running since the low of 2019 up to the high of 2021, down to the bottom of 2022. That's what these fibs are based on, and we're now getting another bounce off of that. It looks like it's pushing to the upside on Bitcoin. Jumping over to Trump coin, we're in this resistance box that I talked about this morning on my show, and we're getting support on the bottom of that right now on the 1 minute. A lot of flagging out right here after that move up. So I'm sure that Joe can give what a good looking breakout would mean on that. But we already technically had a little bit of a breakout here off of this trend line. So bring that down, you'll see that we had a resistance, broke up through it, and now we're on a breakout for that. So that's what I'm seeing on the 1 minute. You can go to someone else if you want.
One of you guys, BC, you got something up?
I've got Bitcoin up.
All right, go ahead. Here we go.
As you can kind of see with that, we pushed up to that 200 moving average. I've just got some lines drawn out from key levels. We got a nice little bounce right above that on the 800. It looks like we're just kind of holding steady between these two key levels right here that we made on the way down. Just kind of cooling off a bit while we wait on Donald Trump to actually say something.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Max.
All right. T.I. Joe's got a screen up here. Here we go, Joe. It's all you, brother.
So basically the same thing. I mean, everybody's seen the same thing. We had a nice early bounce on the dynamic reactor on the 1 minute time frame. Of course, right now we're just like word for word, so we're just kind of seeing what's going to happen. But in the long run, it's going up, in my opinion. But right now, it's pretty exciting. Every word. So, but
yeah,
everything else is the same. I mean, we had our highs up here, but I'm just going to see what happens.
Fair enough. A bingo and a bango in the chat. Look, they know. They all know. Yes. They
Bingo,
know. That's right. A bingo and a bango. All right. She's still chatting here. I'm keeping an eye. So let's throw it out there. What do you guys think? Net positive, him coming into office here for crypto, or what? I think yes, positive overall, but I'm not a fan of this whole meme thing that's going on. There's my 2 cents. Anybody else?
Go yeah, go for it, Princess.
There's so many things to say actually, but me and Army Piper knows this. We were talking about this yesterday. We knew 2 years ago, and do interrupt me if they start talking or something. I will. We knew 2 years ago, even before that, that 2024, 2023, 2022, those were not the years that we were going to make our millions. They were not the years that Bitcoin or crypto was going to go parabolic. We always knew it was going to be 2025. This was the year that Bitcoin was set to go parabolic anyway. Now, we didn't know 2 years ago, like I said, that Trump would be running. He would be, we'll have a pro-crypto president, we'll have a pro-crypto administration. But here we are. I would personally say Trump Trump is probably the best thing that we could have got for crypto, even though I don't like other parts of his personality or certain other things about him, but he is very much pro crypto, and I don't think we could have got anything better. But I do understand, and I do also share your concerns that he's not always very ethical, and I don't think it was ethical for him to have a meme coin, if that makes sense. To the point, there were people in my group. Sorry?
No, I was saying it makes good sense. Yeah, you make complete sense.
To the point, in our group, we were just joking, and this is completely and utterly a joke. Don't take this the wrong way. We were joking that we actually miss Gary Gensler. He should come back and stop all this inside trading and stuff.
There it is.
You don't really mean that, right?
There it is.
But the thing is, everybody
okay,
now, this is the topping.
Just so everybody knows, she's wrapping up her speech, but I'm waiting to see who they're calling up next, just so you know. But please wrap up, Princess. Go ahead.
No, actually, you carry on. It's fine.
Well, I was just letting everybody know, so in case I had to cut away. So somebody else want to put in 2 cents here?
Yeah, I could double down on basically what she said. The catalyst is already in the engine with Bitcoin set to go parabolic after the halving in 2025. So we already know that's set. And a crypto-friendly president for the first time ever is another huge game changer. So there's a lot of things that are building up the momentum, and I think that we'll have a really great year. But who knows? Anything can change what happens, right?
Right, and I'd like to
extended cycle this time.
Yeah,
they've been saying every time. Oh my gosh, level by level. That's it.
I don't think there's going to be an extended cycle. If I'm completely honest, the way that the Brits see it, and obviously Army Piper and you guys are the experts for America, we're just kicking the can down the road. Things are really bad for average Joe over here in the UK.
Yeah, same here. Definitely the same here in the U.S. Matter of fact, I've been referring to what Trump was just handed as the house of cards with no super glue, and they're turning on the fan as they walk out of the White House. And wish them good luck. So, it's. I think that we have a potential of a disrupt of the 4-year cycle. You got to remember, Bitcoin has never existed in a contracting economic environment ever. Everything we know about Bitcoin is in growth economies, not contracting economy. And with this Wednesday, we have the Japanese carry trade coming in, another 25 basis points. That would be the second part 2 unraveling of the Japanese carry trade with their 25 basis point rate hike that's coming. And then on top of that, we've got February 7th as the annual Bureau of Labor Statistics annual job revision report. That's potentially 800,000 to 1 million jobs that were reported to be there that don't actually exist. That's going to be a devastating factor coming into it. We've got inflation since September has been on a rising increase. So inflation's coming back. Not doing a rate cut coming up here for the FOMC in the U.S. is going to be a bearish thing. There's a staggering amount of stacking going on of bearish things that could just completely end any type of bull run. But until those things happen, we have to believe that things like that little green arrow there being the bottom and that red arrow being the top still play out, right? And that we have breakouts and continuation of the 4-year cycle. But everyone needs to be aware we have a massive amount of factors that are present right now that could just end all of this. So 4-year cycle works until the 4-year cycle doesn't work. And we now have events and red flags that have not previously been present in any other 4-year cycle that are present to disrupt that the norm, if you will. So,
wow, that sounds pretty negative, actually.
I'm a realist. I'm an
hey, no, it's being real is great. I didn't take all those factors into account, but yeah,
I
that's
think it's also very important to know that when Bitcoin goes parabolic and everybody's going to become a moon boy, it's going to be very, very difficult for people to say we've actually reached the top, especially for people who have VIP groups and YouTubers, because they will get their views saying, yeah, you know what, we're going to go up. Nobody's going to listen to the guy who says, you know what, I think you should sell, and I think we've topped. Because the market never tops on bullish news. It never tops on bearish news. It always tops on bullish news. When everybody becomes a moon boy and we're all going up, it tops and it starts to come down, and nobody believes it's going to come down. So I'm so glad that I found you, Army Piper.
I'm glad to be here with you, Princess. Real fast, I just want to show, because I don't know if Crypto Jar's seen this, but people talk about the 4-year cycle. Princess, you've seen this, and I've talked about this on my show a lot. But this is a trend-based fib off of low to high to low of each cycle, right? And then it gives you the fib extension. Golden Pocket was where we rejected at in November 2013. We did break a little bit of an outlier here in the 2017 cycle, but that's, again, a trend-based fib of low to high to low. We broke a little bit above that, but it was in proximity of being the top. 2019, again, bear cycle low to high to low, gave us the fib base. We pretty much hit the 618 there. And in our current cycle, based on the same methodology and the same metrics, we topped at 108, and then again on another breakout here, we're in this golden pocket. So if you want to talk about 4-year cycle metrics and that aren't based on time, they're based on Fibonacci sequencing, we technically are repeating the 4-year cycle as we sit right now. So
your audio dropped out.
Yeah, your audio just died, Piper. Your audio just died.
Everyone wants to focus on the 4-year cycle does this, but they ignore the things that 4-year cycles also do, like that. So, keep that in mind. Now, the bullish scenario on a fib cycle, and I'll bring that up here and show you before Trump starts speaking, because I definitely want to see that price action when he breaks into the room. But if you take a look at this chart here, this is also a fib retracement here that has extensions on it. So it goes into this blue line being the phase 1 618. So it's the 1.618 and then the 2.36. Looking at the first cycle run, we hit that 1.618, pulled back quite a bit. I think this was a pretty massive drawdown that we had here. That was about a 80% pullback before it rallied on the rest of the cycle, almost reaching that 2.36. But we definitely hit that 1.618. Look at the next cycle. We again had another pullback on the 1.618. Not as much of a pullback as we saw in the previous cycle, but we broke the 1.618. You look at the last cycle, 2021, we broke that again. That was our top, was the 1.618. If we're, don't do that. Lock your fibs, folks. Lock your fibs. And if you break that 1.618 there on that cycle, and we look at where we are in this cycle now they're locked. That 1.618 would be a $167,000. So there are, yes, this one here says this was the top. This one here, again, a 4-year cycle trend of fibs would put our target at $167,000 this cycle. But it is very possible that with the economic stuff that's coming out, that we could see something very similar to the fractal of 2021, where this is the top. By the time all the data comes out, remember, tomorrow morning, the Treasury Department stops buying funds for the benefit health funds and for the retirement pension funds because the debt ceiling breaks tomorrow. That is according to Janet Yellen at the U.S. Treasury, and she has told the Treasury Department to take extreme measures, which means already money is going to stop going into the stock markets tomorrow. You look at that as a possibility of that pullback in Q1 coming up. We could get retracements down, close out that CME gap at $77,000 or more, and still end the year looking a lot like 21 was, where we now are back into the golden pocket for our top. So this could still play out. 167 never happens. Economic play out happens, and then we're into a bullish run. And hopefully by the end of Q4 this year, we've got economic policies from Trump starting to take effect. If that was to happen, we could actually see the extension of the cycle occur where we go into 2026 with the bullish mindset, recovery, quantitative easing coming out of recessionary environment where we now get money flowing in with quantitative easing from the Fed pushing us into 2026 when we're normally on a downtrend. I actually would prefer to see the cycle have the recession in 2025 as opposed to 2026, because when Bitcoin pulls back 70-75% in a normal bear cycle, I don't want to see what that looks like when it's overlapped with the recession in 2026. That would be ugly.
Amen to that.
Very ugly.
Amen to that. It looks like we're
I'm
getting
on the
close, but
opposite.
they're not quite there yet. Not yet. I'm monitoring, guys. I'm monitoring. I just want to put up a couple of comments, and thank you to everybody that's in the chat, by the way. Appreciate all the activity in the chat. But FF is pointing out, I think back from when I was saying about, I'm not, is it a positive or negative? And he's saying positive if we see legislation, not the memes, obviously. And I agree with that. Legislation.
If we see the legislation,
Yeah. Legislation is the way. Alexander G, shout out for Crypto Princess saying, yeah, she knows.
That's my alumni. You know what I mean?
There you go. FF saying, there you go. You got a new sub there, Princess. And boom, here we go. Alexander G. Yes, what she says. Everybody's contact information is in the description. Go ahead, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Appreciate everybody. And I just lost my control. Hang on one second. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Usually I have some help in the background. All right, looks like JD Vance is coming up. We'll bring this up. Hang on one second.
And we're seeing a massive green candle started printing.
I'll bring up the voice here. Hang on.
So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
That's my VP.
It's going to be really good for us.
I mean, politicians do what politicians do, though.
He's going to be the next president right there.
I think that's also the intent. Man, Trump coin is dumping so hard.
Is it really? Okay.
Well, now it's bouncing up. I'm looking at a 1 minute. So what looks like a dump on here is probably a tiny little wick. But, hey, when in doubt, zoom out. But zooming in, I always compare this analogy to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, when the kids are running through the grass and there's like these explosions of water drops all around them. They think it's apocalyptic, and then it zooms out and the dad's watering the yard listening to like dot rock radio. That's when you're 1 minute versus 4 hour.
President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect,
help the hell out of crypto.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
All right.
Done deal.
Here's that.
Do you guys find this emotional? Is it just me? I find it so emotional. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I think I've taken the oath myself in my head.
I have personally taken that same oath 5 times in my life, the same exact oath. It's the oath to the Constitution. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's very emotional for me. I'm re-enlisted. I enlisted and re-enlisted many times in the military. So,
we're seeing a nice red candle.
Yeah, she does. Her line looks so beautiful.
Yes, she does.
This is why women watch this sort of stuff.
What's that?
I said, this is why women watch this sort of stuff. I mean, she's really outdone herself. She really has.
Yeah, I said I thought Inauguration was going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what I've been saying for a week, and here we go. So,
yep, we just broke below
my
fib extension
we're
level.
dumping.
The 382, the 382 on an extension was just lost.
Is this Bitcoin we're talking about? Wow. Okay.
Looking to make a retest of the 382 and then probably continue on to some downside. We've got 102
Yeah, I'm
that I
watching
talked about this morning.
102 is a support zone on mine. I'm with you there on that. I have a support box based on fixed range volume profile running at 102. So you're spot on with that one, BC.
Yep, 102 about 7883 is what I was looking at for that first. If not, it's just a giant gap all the way down to about 99. So
yeah, we can even go to the 1 hour and see this much better.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Yeah, I'm actually on the 1 hour.
That's where you can kind of see it, where I had this resistance line that was drawn out all the way from this morning, which we had been bumping up against, which kind of boded a little bearish on things. And I had looked at that 102, 800 to kind of maybe see a bounce. If not, it's all the way negative down to where we see our old resistance line from the top back here, where we could potentially see another bounce before we try to get up above our resistance line here, where that's right above the 382 or the 236 for an extension. That's that 99 300, but we're dumping kind of hard.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm not even in short.
Dude, we just got it. Look, right up my line. Pull up my chart here, bro. Right up my line where we had the dynamic reactor at from Chart Prime in my zone that I was talking about at 102. Wicked. Would have been a good entry there. Mm-hmm. Look at it. Fight. Trump coin. Oh, good Lord. Look at Trump coin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right down to the value area low that I was talking about. Right there.
Ouch.
Hit the value area low clean.
Well, that's where you normally will see the opposite move. So if something is going to be pumping into news, then when you get the news, you'll see that opposite move unless you're seeing massive volume. And that's where...
Yeah, that's that buy the rumor, sell the news, bro.
Yeah. Well, especially since you're going to be seeing Japan, where it's already priced into the market. They're doing that 25 basis point hike. Yep. And we saw what happened last time. And I touched on it this morning. That's what Thursday's going to smack us around. And that's
sure is.
I don't know if it's the full unload from the Japanese carry trade because they're already pricing in another rate hike for their next decision in March.
Rate hike. Okay.
Rate hike. Yeah. And so it's going to be a dual smack around on it because they're going to hike this time around and they're going to hike at their next decision too. And you're going to see the dollar be a little bit weaker against the Japanese currency. So we're already kind of dropping on that. If you're taking a look at it, the yen's picking up some strength on things as they're pricing it in. And they're going to want to cash out more once you hit those key levels of like 150. It was like 159 where we kind of topped out here this time. They're gonna want to see those absolute highs on their currency, whereas in last time we bottomed out here at about 150. They're gonna want to see all of these moves for their dollar against theirs if they're going to want to move their money out. That 139 for the dollar against the Japanese is going to be that point that they're looking at. They're getting a nice little bounce on their platinum pocket on things for a Fibonacci.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of the sentiment of TradFi, I just shared my other screen that you can pull up and we can show it here. This is the futures market on stocks right now. Dow Jones is futures is opening up 0.4%. S&P about 0.4%. Nasdaq fighting to get to 0.5%. It's at 0.44 now. But this is the one that concerns me and that I keep talking about, that 10-year Treasury yield. Because if you guys haven't been following that, historically, when we hit a spread between the 10-year Treasury yield and the 2-year Treasury yield of 50 basis points, so 0.5%, when the spread between them hits that for the last century, 95% of the time we have a recession. So this thing getting closer and pumping up, if this thing hits 5%, we're in bad danger zone on the 10-year Treasury yield. So, and what this means is people are selling off they're selling the 10-year treasury yield. They don't have a lot of faith in the economy over the next 10 years is what that means. And so people go risk off. They sell that treasury yield and run for dry powder for the hills. So this means they think that it's going to be going much higher, much higher on the yield offering, meaning that they're selling it off and that they'll be able to get a higher yield later. So that 10-year treasury yield being green right now in the futures, not a good look for Mr. Trump there. So that means that they think he's got a long road ahead of him on fixing the economy. So
he does, though. He does have a.
Oh, yeah.
He really does.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Yeah, he was sabotaged.
He was absolutely
argument.
sabotaged.
It looks like he's about to speak now, so I'm going to bring that back up.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
Volume.
I should probably bring up the volume. Duh. Sorry.
Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now.
Yep.
There it is, pumping.
There you go.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world. And America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad.
Damn.
It fails to protect our magnificent.
Is Biden still sitting in this
He's
room?
right
That
next
has
to
to be very
him.
uncomfortable.
Provide sanctuary and protection
He
for
doesn't know what's going
dangerous
on.
criminals, many from
Well, that's
prisons
true.
and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders,
Amen.
but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people.
Yep.
Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And
Just
other
calling
states
it
who are
all
still
out.
suffering from a hurricane
Yep.
that took place many months ago.
Yep.
Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we are watching fires still tragically burn. From weeks ago, without even a token of defense, they're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
Yep. Quickly.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals
Love it.
that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
I believe it.
Well, you can see why people love him so much. He's saying all the right things.
Our
Yeah.
liberties and our
I hope he's
nation's
right.
glorious destiny
Hmm.
will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
Boom shakalaka!
There you go.
And Biden stays sitting.
I know.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Had to throw my "Make Money Great Again" hat on for that one.
That is why each day under
I thought
our
about putting my Trump
administration
hat on.
of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states. And the popular vote, we won by millions of people.
I'm surprised they didn't show Biden
To
in
the
the
Black and
background.
Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor. But in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
Told you guys, 102. 102. That was the level.
National unity
Now we got to
is
get
now
back above
returning
105.
to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Just put your chart up there, Piper.
Yeah, I'm looking at Bitcoin here. I'm still on the 1 hour. Guy on there. Pump guy on there right at that level. Dynamic reactor, that 102 support band that I've been talking about forever was where we bounced perfectly at. I do agree with BC PortCorp. 105 is the area we have to retake here and hold that support. So we've got another candle in like 40 minutes. Hopefully it opens here or higher. And if it does retest at 105, that would be the area to watch there. You can see here, we do have this resistance right here on a volume node of the fixed range volume profile on the hourly. So hopefully we can get above that level. That's also the value area low coming in at 106. So for this entire range here on the hourly, that's what I'm watching there. Looking at Trump coin real fast. Value area low is holding as our support at the bottom. We're getting a bounce there again on it. So I'm going to be watching that here also during the rest of this. So big level of resistance though at $49.18. That's going to be the point of control across this entire region of price action here. Fixed range volume profile, we got a dynamic reactor there and fast and slow moving quantum reactors here. These are algorithmic moving averages that read a bunch of data. So that level at $49.17 on Trump is the area to watch for resistance there. Right now though, need to get above and hold that value area low. In my opinion, that's 106, 105 would be a good start. So what do you got, BC, Joe?
Oh, my chart. Let's see here.
When you're ready, I'll bring this back up in the meantime. Go ahead when you're ready.
Are you ready, Joe?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right. So for me, when I saw that dump and I said, man, I'm loving it. I'm not in a short, but I'm loving it. And all it's doing is just taking out the people who are doing longs. That's all it's doing. We want this. We want the dump so that the market makers can be happy for a little bit and then eventually bring the price up. My levels that I'm looking at, I mean, there's levels all over the place, but my levels I'm looking at, one of them was right here, right at 102.7. But my main level is 100.5. I kind of wanted to break below this just so we can get all this down here too. And for it to come hopefully no lower than 97.3. I doubt it's going to happen now. I was hoping it was going to happen when we saw this dump. This is on the 15-minute time frame. But when we start seeing this and then a retrace, a lower high, I was really hoping we're going to continue on. But it's going to have to be like very fast due to, the president going to speak. And I was just hoping for a really quick wick and then come up. But as long as it didn't close below 97.3, we were good. But unfortunately, it just came to around 101.7-ish area. I wanted it to go lower though. But again, it's just so that we can get all these longs liquidated or people who are doing longs right now, and so that we can start going up. Because pretty soon it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. That's all I got.
BC, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I've got Bitcoin on that 15-minute as well. And as you can see, I've got both an extension pulled up on a macro and then a retracement from that move that we had pumped up to make that new all-time high that last night. you can kind of see that we wicked below that golden pocket, but this golden pocket range has held quite nicely. And we're trying to push back up on things. We did have that 105 level that I wanted to see held, which is on that fib extension, to kind of continue up to the upside. That's the 382 there. Next, we're going to have to, like Piper had said, that 106 is going to be that next range that we're going to need to hold. That's pulled from a lower time frame, but that's a little hard rejection point that we saw on the way down. Above that is going to be that 106, about halfway point, that 106 500, kind of in line with that 236 there. Really going to need to see some volume kind of coming in though, because volume staying pretty flat here, and you do have money flow kind of rolling over on things. So might just be a little bit of a cool down after we got the whipsaw action here off of Trump speaking.
Right.
Just so.
All right, I'm going to bring him back up right now. See where he's talking about energy and making America rich again.
America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech.
Boom shakalaka!
Yeah, boom shakalaka is right.
That's right, Joe. Just keep your ass right there in that seat.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents, something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Oh boy. That's a boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka!
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay. And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
So on Trump's last day as a civilian before he became president, he achieved that, and Biden pardoned his entire family and Fauci and Milley. There you go. So for preemptive charges, things are not even charged for yet. So
America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs.
just say Bitcoin. I just need you to say it once.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Hearing and listening for.
Through tariffs and through talent, he was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. My message to Americans today is that it is
Biden's
time
face
for
on
us
that
to
one.
once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together, we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Well, there's a little nod to Elon.
Right.
I pump those numbers out. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Look at Elon in the background. Oh, that's funny.
Ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation. And right now, our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken.
Princess, do you think he's going to say anything about crypto?
I really hope he does, because the only thing I want to listen, only thing I want to hear is Bitcoin reserve. So the strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's the only thing I'm listening for. I'm too scared to talk because I'm afraid that if I talk, he might say it.
From New York to Los Angeles.
Just watch the 1 minute chart. You'll know.
To Phoenix, from Chicago to
Here comes
Miami,
that
from
102
Houston to
again.
right here in Washington, D.C.
I'm showing it right there.
Our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won two world wars, defeated fascism and communism.
Yeah, Trump coin is dumping really hard.
Over every
When you guys have a chart up, I'll bring it up.
Yeah, I do right now.
After all, we
got
have been
okay.
That's Trump right now.
Dang.
Lost its value area low, everything. It's just dumping. It's down to $38 right now.
There's a platinum.
Go ahead,
pocket.
show BC.
Yeah, there's a platinum pocket on a retracement sitting right below us at 34 and about 75 cents. That'd be an area that we might be able to hold. But if we're going to keep selling off on Bitcoin like this, just broke through a key level that I was wanting to see held, then I would look at way lower, because especially with it being a meme coin, if you didn't take your profits, it might be a little late.
Yeah, Bitcoin is actually its daily close yesterday.
Years, our nation has suffered greatly,
200.
but
So
we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than
Luna's
ever
saying when
before.
I go to the other screens, he
We will be a
doesn't see, he
nation like
doesn't
no
hear
other,
the
full of
chat. Sorry about
compassion,
that, guys.
courage, and
Didn't realize.
exceptionalism. Our power will stop
Doesn't
all
hear the-
wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, that was a very, very nice speech. I won't lie. That was a very nice speech. I can see why everybody voted. Well, why so many people
All
voted for him.
Hang on. Let's do this. And all right, who wants to chime in first? Let's do this.
Princess, what do you got for us?
The only thing that I will say, and obviously I'm looking at it as an outsider, I don't have the same knowledge or I haven't lived through it. I remember when he was the last time he was running for president, he was running as a businessman. And not only was he running as a businessman, he had surrounded himself. Again, I'm looking at it as an outsider, and this is the knowledge that I have. He surrounded himself with a cabinet of pro-business people. And from my understanding, or what I remember from the time, is he actually did half a decent job. I think there was really good growth in the jobs market. There was, there was a can't remember what else he did, if I'm completely honest, right now. And I'm just picking things up from my head after seeing Elon Musk in on the screen. This time around, he's running on crypto. What we have to bear in mind is that the stock market is very much this. The market cap of the stock market is ridiculously high. It's very, very difficult to move the stock market, whereas the crypto market is a tiny percentage of the stock market. This person is exceptionally clever because last time he ran, his reputation was tied to the stock market. But this time is now tied to crypto, but crypto's market cap is absolutely tiny. It's like 3, 4, maybe 5% of the stock market. He can easily move the crypto market. Not only that, we have 2025 coming in where we kind of knew that it was going to be the time that crypto was going to go parabolic. And then obviously there we saw Elon Musk, and I am surprised that he didn't mention Bitcoin. I am very disappointed he didn't mention Bitcoin, the strategic Bitcoin reserve, because that's a massive, massive thing that could save America. Again, I'm looking at it as an outsider, and I do apologize because some of the things I'm saying might not be how you guys feel. The thing with the Bitcoin reserve is, and I think the Bitcoin reserve is somewhat underplayed or not given the amount of respect that it should be due. So with the Bitcoin reserve, basically the Bitcoin Act of 2024, it's proposed that America will buy 200,000 Bitcoins every year for a period of 5 years, totaling 1 million Bitcoins in total. This Bitcoin will be kept for a period of 20 years and can only be used to pay off America's debt. If he gets this right, in 20 years, you potentially could be debt-free. This is massive. Not only is it massive, but you have to bear in mind the rest of the world, no matter how great America thinks it is, the rest of the world is not going to sit on the sidelines and be like, yeah, you know what, let Trump go and buy up all the supply of Bitcoin. He will, if this Bitcoin Reserve Act is implemented, which I think it would be, it will start a massive global race where people and countries and institutions and retails run into rush and buy Bitcoin. This time around, and this is all coming from seeing Elon Musk in the background, he has got a pro-crypto cabinet. His vice president is very pro-crypto, and I do know he owns quite a bit of Bitcoin himself. So I think Trump is the best thing to happen to Bitcoin. Whether he's the best thing to happen to the crypto market as a whole, I'm not entirely sure, because we haven't already seen the run in altcoins. What we have to mention, why we have to always keep in mind with the altcoins, is that last cycle we only had a couple of thousand altcoins. This cycle we've got over 2.5 million. So already the altcoin market is diluted. We were going to get a different altcoin market, but we've obviously, and I'm sure you guys would discuss this at some point as well, but we also have this new phenomena of the Trump coin and then his wife's coin, and I bet tomorrow it's going to be his son's coin, his grandchildren's coin, and all the rest of it. But if I'm completely honest, I do think right now, for Bitcoin at least, he is the best thing to happen. Although, if I'm completely honest, I don't like it, because I actually believe in the spirit of Bitcoin, if that makes sense. But this was going to happen, whether it was going to happen in 2025 or it was going to happen in 2050. Institutions and companies and all the rest of it were going to come in heavily into Bitcoin. And I think we're very exceptionally lucky, because this might be the last time that we can see substantial gains in the crypto market, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense, what I've just said?
Perfect sense
Totally
to me.
makes sense. Totally makes sense.
And I'm not sure if that's what you've seen, because obviously, like I said, I'm not American. So the last... as an outsider, he did a decent job last time he was in 10, a decent job. I remember the stock market was going up. So he helped the stock market, and I remember the jobs. There was a lot of job growth. I think there was things about obviously the country's debt and all the rest of it. But last time he had a cabinet, he was running as a businessman, and he was running on the stock market. This time he's running on crypto, and he's definitely going to move crypto, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I'm not too surprised that he didn't mention Bitcoin, considering that the reserve is kind of a back and forth thing, especially since there's going to be a big legal battle on things. They can't use the Bitcoin that they've seized to make it. So they're going to have to either one, sell the Bitcoin to immediately buy it back and have receipts for that. And that's going to be a whole ordeal, or just keep holding what they have and do it in a roundabout way where it's like, okay, we'll strategically sell off the Bitcoin to pay for things. The big battle that he has to get around first is going to be that debt ceiling. And if they are able to do what he would like to do, and that's to get rid of the debt ceiling, to decrease the debt through his plans, which is going to take several years to really see implement and to see the effect, and keep the dollar strong at the same time to kind of counteract some of the negative effects where you're going to see inflation rear its ugly head. Inflation's already sticky, way more stickier than they've wanted to see it. We're now knocking at the door of 3% all over again, which is the wrong direction as they've been cutting rates, but you've seen the dollar remain strong. You do have our imports being at a massive surplus for America. So you will need to tie the dollar to something. It's just, what are you going to tie it to? And it's going to take time for that agreement of a Bitcoin reserve to actually be implemented. It's something that I'd like to see, although it is counterintuitive to the actual Bitcoin message. But if you want to see a strong dollar, which is going to need to remain strong when it's used as the global reserve currency, then you're going to need that reserve. You need that dollar tied to something. And since we've been untied from it, from gold, for almost 40 years now, you've seen inflation be a massive problem. And if you want to get inflation under control, tie the dollar to something.
The other thing with the Bitcoin reserve, which I think he might have a little bit of difficulty with, is not everybody's tax savvy. Even now, a lot of people don't know how to buy Bitcoin. They don't even know what Bitcoin is, and it's taxpayers' money he has to use to buy that Bitcoin, which is something that's going to be, I would say, a little bit difficult, but I'm not entirely sure, because I don't know how tax savvy America is. We think it's quite tax savvy in the UK, but I don't know.
Yeah, It's definitely going to be a problem, especially when you've already got Americans that are complaining about how their tax dollars are used. The first thing that they're going to want their tax dollars used towards is not going to be a Bitcoin reserve. But then again, your average American is not economically savvy on things. So if you wanted your dollar to go further and to pay less taxes, have your dollar tied to something and have your dollar stronger. But it's just going to be a battle first. Handle that deficit first. Handle the government running at a massive deficit second, and then worry about your currency. Keep your dollar strong through all of it, which you're already seeing. China, their yuan is decreasing in preparation for these tariffs, because the easiest way to counteract a lot of these tariffs on their exports is going to be to make their goods cheaper so that they're paying less on the tariff aspect of things. So it's going to be a long-term play through the next 4 years, and this first year is all set up for the next 3 years.
Yeah, in reference to making the dollar strong. Oh, go ahead.
Yep. No. I was going to say, I wanted to let you get some comments, and I know you got to head over for your own stream in a second. So
Right.
Jump on in, Joe.
Yeah, in reference to making the dollar strong, the easiest thing, well, it's not the easiest, but the first step is, well, what makes the dollar weak? Overspending. And then we print money to take care of the overspending. So it's just an endless cycle, and it starts with overspending. With the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, with that in place, that's their goal, is to reduce the spending, which will in turn strengthen the dollar, and then now the wheel starts rolling. So I think that's a very important thing that the Trump administration and cabinet and everything that they're going to start doing is, one, they already saw like all these jobs that are not needed that the government has. And all these numbers, like Piper always says, all these numbers that are printed out as far as the jobs and everything, it's the government jobs. It's not the private sector jobs. So with that being said,
that's true.
The first step is don't spend as much. Then, of course, the ball starts rolling. But I have to go, guys. I do thank you guys very much. If you haven't already, definitely smash the like. I got to get ready for my show. And thank you so much, guys. Great panel. Love the guys.
Thanks for being here, Joe. Appreciate you. And we're going to be heading over when we wrap this up. YouTube will just send everybody on over. We'll go raid Joe's stream there. I want to welcome FF. He was in the chat earlier, but left, and now he's back. And welcome. Appreciate you being here, my friend.
Thank you. I was working out, so
your volume is wicked low, dude. We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me
now?
now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I guess I'm having some audio issues, but yeah, I was at the gym, so trying to get a little workout in. I felt like that was more important, in my opinion, to stay fit. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say. A lot of the stuff that you guys have said made a lot of sense to me. So if it makes sense, why question it? Otherwise, Bitcoin. I love it. And, I think if I did have one thing to say, I know we like to tie in a lot of these macro events that are going on. And like, basically what I mean by that is politics, world issues, wars, stuff like that. But Bitcoin is decentralized for a reason. We try to tie it to things, but in the long run, the long scheme of things, it will depeg itself from everything, in my opinion, because of its decentralized nature. So I just want people to remember that, right? Despite whatever you may believe in, who you may follow, who you may be a part of a cult, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin is decentralized. Just remember that. And when it becomes centralized, then you have an issue. But currently, I would still say it is still decentralized. That's the final words for me. But that's it.
Piper, you haven't chimed in yet. You wanna jump on in there, my friend?
Yeah, I'm watching the futures charts right now for the stock market tomorrow, and they're all starting to pull back now right now too. I think that everyone's bullish on what's going on with Trump, and his policy agenda that he's going to be laying out. But I'm watching these futures markets, and it does look like people are bracing for the Treasury Department tomorrow, the Japanese carry trade. That could be unraveling this week with their rate hike. So overall, I think this week is just going to be super volatile. Like, it's going to be such a volatile week. And so if you are trading, risk management's your friend this week. If you're looking for some of those areas that you could be, dollar cost averaging into, and getting some more money into your bags. If you think that the cycle's still got a long way to go and much higher to go, look at some of those areas that you go, Bitcoin will not hit this low again. And put in some orders at those levels. You might be surprised with the amount of volatility that we have in the weeks ahead. So.
Yep. That sounds good. That sounds like a plan. You guys are all over this. I think we're all pretty much of the same mind. I was hoping Jar was still going to be here because for those who don't know, Jar's in Canada. So I was kind of hoping we could get that what you all think of Trump and so on from the outside the country. So Princess, I think it's just you that's left to give us the view from across the pond. If you feel up for that. Oh, go ahead.
Princess is not going to have the same mindset as Canada does, being from the UK, because the United States hasn't said we're going to make it the 52nd state over there in the UK yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, Princess, go ahead.
One of the other things, or the thing that we were talking about, like I said, I've got a free Telegram group which everybody's welcome to join, is the actual Trump coin. I don't know if you want to discuss that now, if you want to take.
Sure, why not?
I'm just so disappointed in Trump. He is capitalizing. He has a massive fan base. These are wealthy people that are following him. They're supporting him. They're diehard fans. And they're all coming in, and they're all buying Trump coin. And this is obviously an outsider's point of view, because I'm not part of his fan base or anything like that. And it just seems like, well, kind of seems unethical, if I'm completely honest. I don't see any other president, and I could be wrong, there could be another president that's doing this, but I don't see anyone else at his level, or even close to his level, that's making a coin and benefiting off it. So with memes, as we all know, memes run on hype and they run on community. He has hype with obviously the presidential election and being, the president. He has a diehard fan base, which are, they are quite wealthy people as well. Those people now expect that, this is Trump's coin. Trump's going to deliver, and he's going to make us a lot of money. They're all coming in. It's not just that. It's people all over the world. People in my group are saying that my aunt's called me up. My next door neighbor's cat's called me up. How do we buy Trump coins? How do we get onto this? Because people do expect something from him. They supported him for so long, and he's got this coin now, and they hear about crypto, people becoming millionaires in 30 days. And it's now like, well, okay, we supported you. We've got you into the presidency. I think a lot of people, I don't think it's going to give crypto a good name. But like I said, I don't see the president of Russia making a meme coin. I don't think that this is something that he should be doing. But then again, he's never going to listen to me anyway, is he? But then this can be a way to settle.
He don't listen to his own family.
Well, exactly. This can be a way to settle who is the biggest, baddest world leader. Because if Russia's president tomorrow makes a meme coin, we can measure them up, which would be quite good.
I'm with you. I think the whole Trump coin, Melania coin, whatever else may be coming down the road, definitely not a good look. My opinion. I support a lot of what he says with regard to what he wants to do with the country, but and even Bitcoin strategic reserve. But I don't know. Not a fan.
The thing is, he's now got the scent of it, if that makes sense. He's got the scent of it. And it's not just him. It's going to be all the celebrities now. Everyone else who has, celebrities, etc. A lot more money is going to now flow into meme coins. We saw how the liquidity was taken out of utility projects. And that's something that I do actually want to just very quickly address is with utility projects, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of expertise. It takes a lot of money. You've got to have offices. You've got to pay people. You've got to have a product that comes out. So there are people in crypto who are literally working so hard for so many years on these utility projects. And now we're going to have a massive flow of money going into these meme coins. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Army Piper.
No, it's I'm co-signing on what you said there. I'm piggybacking. We used to say in the middle, first sergeant, to piggyback on what Crypto Princess said. My big disappointment is that I feel like Trump has the used car salesman approach to crypto. When you're sitting out there and you're the buyer of the car and the salesman's there, he's telling you how great of a deal he's going to give you, how much money he's going to save you, and how great this car is, and that he's going to follow through. You call me 30 days from now if there's a problem, I'll take care of it. Buy this car, and then walks into the back room where he looks at the sales manager and goes, "I'm about to screw this guy so hard. Let's make this money." I feel like today Trump had the opportunity to tell the world on a professional forum his stance on crypto. And when he had the majority of listeners, the majority of the world's attention to double down on his stance with Bitcoin, he did not take the opportunity. And it makes me feel like in a room full of crypto people, he's telling them how great of a deal he's going to give them. And when he goes back to the sales manager, AKA the rest of the world, he says, "I'm going to screw these guys so hard." He had a stage to speak about crypto on today at his inauguration to say a Bitcoin strategic reserve, to double down on this is going to be the crypto capital of the world. And he did not take any of those opportunities to make that statement to the public, only when he's in the room with us. So I'm disappointed on that too.
Yep.
I don't think his mindset ever changed, though. He always said that he was for a strong American dollar, and then he did not like Bitcoin, and that it was not a currency, and that it was in battle with the US dollar. I don't think his mindset ever changed on that. Man's a businessman. He capitalized on a business opportunity to make a project, to make money. Like businessmen are going to do what businessmen do. He took advantage of an opportunity. And like, it's sad to say, like, he's no different than any other politician. Any other politician that saw the opportunity to do such has done such. And I don't think it's any different opposed to the rest of the politicians that have been pro Bitcoin or pro this or pro that. They're pro this as long as it gets them in the door to make the money that they're going to make on the back end, because they're going to get paid by these companies. And I don't think Trump is a little bit different in some ways, but he's a politician now. And he said what he needed to say to get in office. And I'm not surprised that he never said anything. Originally, he's always said that he's anti-Bitcoin and that he's pro-US dollar. And yes, having the Bitcoin reserve is going to be pro-US dollar in the long run, but that's not his main focus right now.
Yeah, I think you're correct, but I don't. I guess what disturbs me is the stage that he has to do it on. It's just it doesn't just affect the U.S., it affects the world. And to Crypto Princess's point from earlier, way back in the beginning of the stream, should we do the strategic reserve, which I'm going to bring up RMT's comment here in a second, it's FOMO around the globe. Is what's going to end up happening. And I appreciate what Alexandra's saying right here. Yeah. Watch what they do. And RMT is saying in the end, if they build the reserve, they will dump it all and pay down the national deficit. He's not pro crypto. He's pro money.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, he is. I think he is pro money. Yeah, definitely. I would say he's definitely pro money. There's a lot of inside trading going on with the Trump coin, and we can all see that from the chart. But it's like, who's going to come next? You know, they've had a little bit of blood from this. They've smelt the blood. They've tasted the blood. It's just not going to stop. And what I'm worried about now is, I think I mentioned this before. The last couple of last cycle, we had a couple of thousand coins projects. Now we've got over 2.5 million. And now if he brings out maybe 2 or 3 meme coins, or his family bring out even that many meme coins a year, the rest of us are not going to make any money.
Right.
And these projects that, you know, have spent a lot of time and energy and effort, and they've had, you know, people with like 2-3 degrees working on them, they're not going to get the money to, you know, forward this technology, to build upon and advance this technology, if that makes any sense. And I love technology. I love the blockchain and all the rest of it.
I would have to agree with you there. I think what you're ultimately trying to say, I'm not trying to mansplain you here, but this is tainting the market, right? Like having a bunch of meme coins coming from the leader of the free world, right, as we like to say in the United States, creating meme coins, back-to-back meme coins. And then I think there was also a tweet where supposedly there's another meme coin coming out. I don't know if it's for his sons or who else in his family is next after Melania, right? But I mean,
it's the 4 phase. It's Baron coin and then Eric coin. It was what someone was saying on X. Yeah. So if they do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely insane to me. And it really just taints the industry as a whole, where you do have, like Crypto Princess said, you have people who have multiple degrees who understand it. Like, I have a cybersecurity master's degree. I understand cryptography. If I want to make YouTube videos that will bore the crap out of you about cryptography, I can do that. But I'm not going to do that. But like, you know, I went through the schooling. I've been in crypto since 2011, you know, not to like flex on anybody, but like I've been around, right? And then I see this continuation of memes, not for the fun of it. Like Doge was literally for the fun of it, just to, you know, fork off of another coin and, you know, make it basically inflationary, right? Where there's no limit. But then when you have like these coins just coming out of the woodworks from politicians and celebrities, it's really bad for the whole industry. And I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I still believe in the old fundamentals of crypto, but
Amen to that.
We'll see.
At least Trump didn't hawk to us. I'm just saying.
You know? Yeah, at least he didn't hawk to us. Yes.
See, and that was all on her team. She chose sketchy people to build with, and this is why a lot of those people should just keep their nose out of the space that they don't understand and stop trying to make money off of people, because that's super unethical. And as you watch it happen over and over, it just makes a crap name for us.
Yeah.
But this is the thing with Trump. Now, I heard somebody said that they put their life savings into Haktu, which is so stupid. I'm not even going to say.
Right.
I'm not even going to tint that. But with Trump, a lot of people will put their life savings in, especially diehard fans. I mean, I don't always agree with him, but the way that he speaks is a very lovable person. He has excellent leadership qualities, and we just all heard him speak there. It's like there's no one better in the world. Like, he's like literally the best person in the world, the way that he speaks. People probably will put their life savings into Trump coin, and there'll be newbies. And I really hope they don't get wrecked. I really, really hope they don't, because already, you know, people are struggling. They're really, really struggling, especially in the UK. And I'm sure it's the same in America as well.
Yeah, DDT just made a comment here in the chat about crypto is all about mind share, right? And so he said he has all of his stuff in utility spot bags, right? And utility projects. So he's not bothered by meme coins. Look, meme coins, they are a gamble. It's a casino, right? If you're going to play in there, you don't use your entire life savings. You use a small portion that you're okay with losing. When I walk into a casino in Vegas, I don't walk in going, I'm going to turn this $1,000 into $10,000. I go in with the mindset that I'm going to go in and lose $1,000. I'm okay with that when I sit down at the table, right? That's what you have to do when you talk about meme coins. And if you do make money off of it, it is not a utility bag. You don't hodl that to the moon. You take your profits out. No one's ever gone broke taking profit. 99%, 95% of all people in this space lose money because they don't know when to exit out of what they made money on. Greed takes over, right? So at the end of the day, DT, absolutely right. If you're looking at crypto from the perspective of what blockchain technology can do, how fintech can adapt and change with this technology, then find those tokens that support that evolution in tech and follow it. If you're going to be in meme coins, know that what you go in with, you're going to lose. And if you make a good profit on it, don't be greedy looking for more. Take your profit off the table and walk away. And you can take your original amount that you got out and at least hold that. Then you're playing on house money at that point, right? Like Saturday, when I was trading Trump coin, it went to $31. Did I miss it going all the way up to 70? Absolutely. But I paid off a car Saturday morning because I knew to exit out of the market. I was in a risky field of crypto, meme coins. So take your profits, guys. No one's ever gone broke taking profits, ever. Shout out to DDT.
Truth.
And financial failure. Anytime you want to come on Piper Academy Network, man, you let me know, dude. You are always welcome.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll join you. Hit me up.
Awesome.
I'd love to have you on the morning show because you joined this space back when I joined the space. So
oh, really?
I have a lot of the same mindset. I've never held a meme project in my entire life, and I never will.
There you go, dude.
Now, I've actually been studying memes, the meme movement, the meme culture, the internet culture. There is order in the chaos, believe it or not, but I'm still yet to hit upon a meme that will make me a huge amount of money. I have hit upon a couple, but I've always taken my money out too quickly. But there is a lot of, there is order in the chaos. You just have to really, really study hard.
And if you get in at the right time, I mean, let's be honest, you can make plenty of money if you're smart enough to take your profits. Like Pipe was just saying, nobody goes broke taking profits. I don't know. What do we? Maybe we'll start wrapping this puppy up. How about if we go around the horn and say what we're thinking with regard to what's coming forward as the government opens back up tomorrow and throughout 2025. Does that sound good to everybody?
Sounds great.
Yep. Wrap it up. Let's, shout out Rib Chat. Let's go.
Yeah. You had that in the chat a little bit ago there.
I had to say Rib Chat, man. Got to say Rib Chat.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, Piper, you want to start us off and we'll just kind of bounce around.
Yeah, again, my big concerns this week, watching the futures play the game that they're playing right now. They're looking weak-ish. Like people, it's a lot of indecision. I'm pretty sure if you pulled up a future chart right now, you'd see a doji candle. That means I don't know what to do. I think that tomorrow, the 21st, we got the U.S. Treasury Department is going to be talking about the U.S. Treasury Department is going to be talking about tightening up the funds investment world. That's going to be. Did I freeze?
Yeah, I was just about to say it looks like you froze up there, bud.
Am I here?
You're here, but you're sleeping.
We can hear you, yeah, but
oh, there he is.
Yeah, it looks like
there it is. Yeah, see, nice. There you go.
Everyone's reloading on me.
Did someone screenshot that? I want that sleeping Piper face.
I'll wait till this loads back in, and then I'll continue.
Oh boy. Sorry, Piper. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, wrap it up. What you were saying there, bud. Nope, maybe. Did we lose you again?
He's waiting for it to load back up.
Oh, you're
refreshed.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. We'll come back to Piper if we want. If he has anything else to say. BC PortCorp, you want to jump in and give us your thoughts all together?
Yeah. Well, I think the next 100 days are going to be extremely crucial to see what Donald Trump wants to do on policy. for tariffs, how he wants to keep the dollar strong, maybe bring the dollar back to a reasonable, more stable level, handle a lot of these key issues that he's talked about, where you do see the border being a problem. I know that's not very financial minded, but it does bring a lot of strength to America, which in the long run brings strength to your dollar. Yes, it is gonna affect the labor markets, which I mean is a big part of what we've seen the recent administration battling with. And if you are able to counter some of the job industry that we have with manufacturing with these tariffs, we have a lot of American companies who are making products elsewhere and importing them, being forced to come back to America. You can see that counteracted in your job market through closed borders as well. So next 100 days going to be extremely crucial. I would look at some inflation resistant assets going into 2025, because I think we are going to see part of the economy getting hit a little bit hard this year, especially as new policies go into effect, and especially with some of the bubbles that we're seeing in different sectors of the economy. So those kind of my thoughts.
Those are good thoughts, actually.
Very well said.
Yep. Crypto Princess, what do you say?
So I'm more of a position and swing trader and an investor. So I don't really do very short term. I just hope very much. I will say I think the best thing for crypto, whether or not we like, Donald Trump is like Marmite. You love him or you don't love him, but he is the best thing for crypto. And I do think it was the best thing that could have happened for Bitcoin. Whether or not it's going to be the best thing for the alt market, I'm not entirely sure. At the end of the day, 2025 is the year that Bitcoin was meant to go parabolic. I still do believe in the 4-year cycle. I do understand that it involves with every cycle. I just really, really hope that everybody makes it in 2025, because we have all seen the struggles that everybody has been through in the bear market in 2022, 2023, 2024. But they were not the years for us to make our multis. This is the year for us to make our multis. The most important and crucial thing is to have an exit strategy and actually take profits from the market. I do speak to people a lot, and people do tell me their stories. Multiple people, far more intelligent than us, have done round trips with their bags 2-3 times. So it's very, very important that we do exit the market, and maybe possibly earlier. We don't need to hit that high. We really, really don't. Just as long as you're able to exit and look after your family, that's the most important thing.
Yep.
Well said.
Well said.
Beautiful.
All right, FF, you're up, brother.
No, absolutely not. After the stuff that BC said and now Crypto Princess, are you kidding me? And then you go to this D-Gen crazy ass dude here. Oh, excuse my French. Sorry. There's no cussing on your channels. I don't know if you guys are streaming. But anywho, I don't know. What has already been said was literally beautiful. I mean, piggybacking off of BC, like, we got to watch the next 100 days to see what actually happens. Piggybacking Crypto Princess, please exit when you can. Do not hold on to your bags again. Actually use that money when you actually exit for your family, your debts, the things that you got into crypto in the first place to pay off or to buy, right? You got to exit. And then Army Piper, I'm sorry that you got cut off, but he was
I got rugged by Spectrum Internet.
He was speaking facts too. So like, I mean, if there's anything to come out of my mouth, it's just a bunch of, co-signing for the most part. Other than that, please subscribe. Please comment, all the other good stuff. And yeah, if you love crypto, just stick around. That's all I can really say. And yeah, who's next? Because I can just yap all day about nothing, and it will not add any value, dude. It will not.
Well, Piper, did you have anything else? I know you got kind of froze up there. Do you have anything else?
Before I got rugged, what I was saying is keep in mind, remember tomorrow, Treasury Department, they say we hit the debt ceiling. Janet Yellen has already said to stop investing in the health benefit funds and their pension funds. So there's money already that's not going to be going into the markets. I do think that the next 30 to 60 days going to be very important for us to navigate through some rough weather, and if we're going to have a soft landing and avoid a recession in 2025. But again, I would rather have the recession in 2025 than in 2026 on top of a bear market for crypto. I think that would be very bad for it. I think the 75% Bitcoin pullback would be child's play if we had a recession on top of it for the crypto winners. And then, lastly, the thing that I want to point out is that, remember, Trump was handed a very bad situation for the economy to deal with and manage. So his policies may not take effect until towards the end of his term.
Yeah,
so
the end of this year.
right now, I'm looking here at the liquidations in the past 24 hours on traders, guys. Volatility is going to be nuts for the next 30 days. I would give it easily, at least this week. But $1.26 billion in liquidations in the past 24 hours. Don't be someone's exit liquidity, whether you're trading or investing. That's all I got to say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's one of the biggest. 1.6 billion, did you say?
What? $1.26 billion in liquidations in 24 hours.
Wow.
Okay, that's like another level. I'm going to have to, pick the tights.
That's crazy.
That's too
Well,
much.
I'll give my. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's just too much.
Yeah,
that's way too much.
Crap ton. Look, the only thing for me I want to put out there is I'm with you about the first 100 days, but I want to see it from Congress. I want to see it being some kind of law that gets passed. It can be Lummis's bill. I don't care. But that sets up the strategic Bitcoin reserve or what other framework that needs to come with regard to crypto here in the US. I don't want it to be executive orders. I don't want to see any more meme coins. That's my proverbial 2 cents take, but I'm hopeful, cautiously optimistic that this Congress will move the US in the right direction, both with the reserve and with framework. My 2 cents. I think we're going to wrap this thing up. Listen, everybody, with the exception of FF, because I didn't think you were coming, is in the description. Make sure that you follow. But Alexandra G, thank you for being here. She has been putting everybody's socials in the chat. So thank you. You are the best. And yes, everybody, thank you for all of your activity in the chat. Guys, I really appreciate you all being here today and giving me the opportunity to be able to kind of host this. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't even going to do something like this. So it was great that, we were able to have the conversation and bring this together. So thank you all very much.
You did a great job. Well done.
Yep. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
FF, I'll be in touch. I'm going to get your contact info from Keith, and I'll be in touch with you, man. It was great doing the show with everybody. I appreciate you all.
All right. Same. Good to meet you, Princess. I know this is the first time kind of in person. So appreciate that. BC PortCorp, same thing. It was a great conversation before everybody got here. So I appreciated that. Thank you very much. All right. We're gonna wrap this thing up, and listen, just hang tight, and we're gonna go raid Joe's stream. I know it's a little ways in there right now, but we're gonna go raid him, and make sure you let him know that you're coming in. All right, that's it, everybody. Take care. Thank you for being here. And stay tuned for more info from everybody. Take care.